Hey there, this is Sarah with Lightbridge Agency, and in this video I'm going to go over what to do with all the different task cards in Asana when you are working on a new project. Okay, so I'm going to go into Asana, I'm going to share my screen with you. And we already in our last example showed you how to upload a new project, but what do you do once you create your new board for your agency, whoever you're working with your client? What do you do with the task cards? So we're going to go into Charlie's Chocolates as a project, okay? You're going to see these different task cards. As I said in the previous video, the columns you will be working in are the done completed column, the on hold column, and the not needed column, okay? Column number 4 and even number 5 are columns that we want you to stay away from, okay? That's for the production team. Once your project goes into production, it's pretty much hands off for you. Just let the production team do what they're good at, and you don't need to contact them for anything. If you have any questions, you can come contact me, Sarah Bailey, or Dave Stowers, or Melanie Gallio too, okay? So here's what we do with the different cards. One piece of information that we're going to require from you for any project is the client intake sheet, okay? We already have the form filled out. We already have the questions for you. It's similar to what you might find in the vault if you are in LMV, but we did add some additional questions to it, okay? Basically, what you're going to do when you bring information into this project board, you're going to be working in column 2. You can add additional cards if you have additional information, but it's not necessarily required, okay? So you're going to end up taking these columns and completing them and moving them either to the done column, or maybe there are cards that you really don't need for a certain project, and I'll go over each one of those, okay? We're going to start with card number 2, the client intake sheet attached. See note in description, okay? So we're going to click on the card, and you'll see there's an area of where you can assign a project to somebody, a task card to somebody. You can put a due date on it. You can mark it complete when it's finished. You'll see in the description, it'll tell you what to do. So for this client intake task card, this whole thing is called a task card. It says, please download the client intake sheet, fill it in, and upload it back into this task card to provide initial information on this project, okay? So here's the client intake form, client intake 2019. You will click on it. It's an Excel spreadsheet. You will download to your computer. Once it's on your computer, you're going to open it up, and you will do File, Save As, and you want to save it as the name of your current project. Here's the thing. We get so many projects coming into Lightbridge that we want to make sure that we always know whose Excel sheet is whose. We have not messed it up yet, and we don't plan on messing it up in the future. But it will make things easier for everybody if you can rename it to the name of your current project. Okay, so all you do is save it as the name of your current project. You'll fill out the information. We will tell you, like lots of times when you bring a project to us, you won't have that filled out, okay? And that's okay. You will take the form and you will discuss it with your client. There are a bunch of questions. Look at it as an interview. You're qualifying your client to work with you. Okay, you're going to be asking them some information about their marketing strategies in the past, some information about how they run their business, all information that's helpful to a production team to be able to effectively launch your project. Okay, it is infinitely better for you to interview your client orally, either in person or on video or on the phone, rather than emailing them the questionnaire. Please do not do that. Please do not hand it to them to fill out, okay? You will have much better luck when you interview them, all right? Don't want to go on too much about that. But if you have comments about your form or questions, you can put it right down here in the comment box, and you could just say, here is my question. And then you would ask your question, and then you click on comment. If you want, you can tag somebody. You'll see at the bottom of the task card are the people who are the followers of this project. It's Dave Stowers and Melanie. She's the head of our production team. She's also our project coordinator, okay? So both of them would get notified anytime you ask a question or leave a comment or upload your form. They will get an email notification about it. So what that means is you do not also need to send them an email saying, hey, I filled out my task card on Asana. You don't need to do it because Asana will already email them. there'll be times that you'll see that I am a follower, okay? And as soon as I comment, I am a follower now, okay? If you have a question for me, that's fine. You can add me as a follower, okay? You can come in here and you can type in a name to add that person as a follower. All right. Once you're done with the form, if you want to assign it to somebody, or let's say you ask a question of somebody, let's say you're asking me a question. You could say, hey, at Sarah, I have a question. So you're tagging me in the question. When you comment, I'm going to get an email that says that you have a question. You can also then assign it to me, and then that way I'll get another email notification saying, Asana is saying, hey, you've been assigned to a task card. Okay, you can give a due date if you want to give a due date. Or you could just unassign it. It doesn't have to be assigned to anybody. Once you're ready to upload your client intake form, you will come over to the paperclip and click on attach it as a file. You're going to attach a file probably from your computer. Okay, and you'll find your file on your computer, attach it, and it will show up right here, right next to this original template. Okay, when you're finished with this card, you're going to click on Mark Complete, and it turns green. Close the box. Now you'll see that the task card is highlighted in green with a circle with a check mark. Okay, if you're done with it, you're going to move it over. Click on it and drag it to the column where it's done. So you're all done with that. And you'll also see on the lower right corner, there were 2 comments on there, and those are both the comments that I had posted earlier. All right, the next card is for compliance information. Read the description. Here it says, please indicate in this card any and all mandatory information that is needed for your city, state, national, business, or industry compliance requirements. You'll see that real estate professionals, plumbers, electricians, insurance agents, they all need to have their license numbers on any form of advertising. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to provide that information for us. Okay, you can add in the number, whatever the number is. Okay, or you could put it below in the comments section. When you're done with that, you're going to mark it complete. There will be times that maybe you don't need this. Maybe you're dealing with some other professional that does not have this kind of requirement. So if it's not needed, what you're going to do is click on the task card and you're going to drag it to the not needed column. Here's one other thing, is this email list. This is something that is helpful, but is not required, okay? We do not require this, but it will help us target your client's ideal audience more quickly, okay? And it will save your client money if we can get a list of their current or past customers or clients or patients. Please let your client know as soon as you ask for this information, say that our team, our production team, is not going to be emailing any of your clients or patients. We do not market to them. We do not sell the list. The only reason we would ask for the email list is so that we can create a lookalike audience. What that means is that as we develop our targeting and our audience through like Facebook ads, as we get better and better at defining who the audience is, it's easier to then market to them on Facebook. Your client has a client base or a patient base already. What we do with email list is in Facebook, when we create our audience there, we're trying to create an audience that is similar to their current list as possible. It saves your client money. It's not required, so you don't have to do it. If you have it, great. If you don't worry about it, okay? For this example, let's just say you don't have it. You click it and you drag it to the not needed column. Howdy is the next card. Is Howdy follow-up going to be used? If Howdy will not be used for the project, please move it to the not applicable column. Okay, that's the column number 3. If it will be used, please specifically indicate the information requested below for proper connection by your team to initiate appropriate follow-up. What this means is, if you're going to use Howdy, if you don't know what Howdy is, it's a super awesome automated tool to follow up with the leads, okay? So the leads would get either a text notification, email, or voicemail drop. And you can set up a series of them over the period of 5 days, 7 days, 3 days, whatever amount of follow-up you want to do. And they can get texts at a certain time of day, voicemails, emails. It's really, really great, especially for clients of yours who have a longer sales cycle, like a realtor or a loan officer, where once they capture the lead, they're going to want to stay in contact with them until they make a purchase. Okay, it's really important when your clients follow up with the leads that they do it within a few minutes, if possible. If they can't do it because they're on sales calls or they're showing homes or they're in meetings or whatever, Howdy is great because Howdy can send a text or voicemail email within just a few minutes of when your lead fills in the form. Okay, so if you're going to use Howdy, that's great. We cannot gather the information for you from your client, but we can connect it for you. So you'll set up your client in Howdy. You'll set up their company name. You're going to set up the text message sequence, the voicemail and email sequences. Okay, you set up all those autoresponders, and then we will hook it up for you. Okay, according to James and Jason in the Vault, we can set up our own clients in Howdy, but we cannot set up our clients' clients. It violates their terms and conditions. Okay, so it's easy, super easy. If you get Howdy for a client, the tutorials are super simple, and it does not take that long to get it set up. All right. So let's say for this particular client, you are using Howdy. You put in your username and your password, and then which list you're going to use. There will be 3 lists in there, and you just pick the list. And then once you're done, you would just mark it complete. If you don't know who to assign it to, don't worry about it. You don't have to assign it. All right? Howdy is going to be used in this example, so we'll move it over to the Done column. This last card, are there other services to be implemented? This is for other information that you want us to put in the campaign that maybe we are not already requiring. For example, maybe you're working with an interior designer, or maybe you're working with a realtor. And in both those examples, they probably have images that you'd want to use, or they would want you to use in a campaign. So for an interior designer, they might want to show some samples of their work with some photos. Now, Facebook does not like before and after photos, whether it's weight loss, whether it's home improvement, whatever. They don't really like before and after, so we don't need the befores, but maybe some after pictures would be great. So we did a campaign for one of my interior designers, and we posted like 9 or 12 images right there on the landing page, and it worked out great. He got a whole bunch of leads, and it was a super successful campaign. So there will be some campaigns, maybe you want to include images, maybe you have additional information that you want to go in that campaign. What you're going to do is not put it on this card, you're going to create a new task card. So let me show you how to do that. Let's say, for this example, since we're working with Charlie's Chocolates, maybe you have images of, like it's a chocolate store, and you want to show some of the chocolates that are in the cases. So here we could say images of chocolates in the chocolate. It's called a shop with a P-E. All right, so that's it. And you hit enter, okay? And you go back in the card, and then what you're gonna do is click on the paperclip, and you're gonna attach the images from your computer. And what will happen is they'll show up right there in the description. If you have additional information about those images, feel free to post a comment in there, okay? And you could say what you want to say about maybe a certain image you want in a certain order. You can do that, that's fine. Just let us know any other details you want us to know about that, okay? Then I think that will be it. So you would mark complete, and then close the task card, and you're going to move it over to this column. Okay, this card, are there other services? You don't really need that card anymore, so we're going to move it over. And then now that you have all your information uploaded, then you're going to take this final card. It says, please move this card to the Done column to let us know the project is ready to move into production. So you just grab it and you pull it down, and awesome. Look at that. This column is all empty. So you're finished. Now you're ready for your project to be launched. Keep in mind what you can expect for turnaround time with production. Once we have all your information in, it will take approximately 5 to 10 business days. Business days meaning we do not work on holidays and weekends. However, if you have a project that's already ongoing, chances are we will be taking a look at it over the weekend. but we're not going to be taking client calls on a weekend. Okay, that's just something for you to be aware of. But we do keep tabs on how all of our projects are running, especially Dave and the production team. They do monitor that pretty closely. All right, so that is it for this training. If you have questions, again, you can send me an email at sarah@lightbridgeagency.com. It's SARAH@lightbridgeagency.com. Or you can reach out to Dave as well, and you can find him at admin@lightbridgeagency.com. That's it for now. Have a super fantastic, awesome, awesome day.